Are you struggling to keep your New Year's resolutions? Well, you're not alone. I was divinely guided today to talk to you about why you struggle to keep them, what a resolution really is, because when you understand what it really is, then you know what kind to make, okay? And what needs to be in place so you can have success in actually keeping them and transforming your life. Because why do you make a resolution, right? Because you want to transform something. Hi, I'm Deepa Liu. I'm the creative mystic, and I'm here to bless you with divine inspiration and spiritual tools, techniques, and truth so you can develop your intuition, grow spiritually, and shine your light in the world. In fact, I want you to shine your brightest light in the world because that's why you're here on the planet. Okay, so let's get started. Why do you struggle to keep your resolutions? Okay. Why do millions of people struggle this? They struggle because you have to know why you're making them. It can't just be, let me make a resolution because I think I should, or I think this will make me successful. You have to make them because it's something that's true in your heart. See, a lot of times people will make a resolution because maybe they see someone else making it, or someone's been complaining to them about something they should change, but it's really not coming from their heart. So your resolutions have to be something that comes from the truth in your heart's desire. Okay. So that's one of the first reasons why people struggle, because they don't actually make a resolution that is something that they truly, truly desire. Okay. Now you might be thinking, no, well, I really want to lose that weight, or I really, want to be successful. But we're going to address all that. Hang on, okay? So, the other reason why people struggle to keep, or why you're struggling to keep your resolution, is your subconscious programming. I've talked about it before, but we all have a subconscious, conscious, and superconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is where all of your beliefs, your emotional wounds reside, okay? Your subconscious mind, you need it. If you didn't have it, you couldn't even tie your shoes. But that programming that you got when you were a kid, or that something happened that gave you an emotional wound that, where that gets pushed on and you react rather than respond. Those are all beliefs, those beliefs that you have about yourself. Okay, it could be about yourself in the world, but the ones about yourself are the ones that affect you the most on actually keeping a resolution that you make. Okay, and how do you know what those beliefs are? One indication is the self-talk that you have, that you habitually do with yourself. Maybe you actually say it verbally, like you do something, say something like, that was stupid, which is basically calling yourself stupid. Okay. Or, oh, that's silly. Or or you worry about what other people think. All those beliefs about you because you think maybe you're not good enough. If you worry about what other people think, it's because you think you're not good enough. Okay. So those self-talk, now, you might not say it verbally, it might just be going in your mind between your ears, okay? You ever catch yourself ruminating about something, going over and over about something, worrying about it? Okay, worry, worry, worry. What if happens? Or maybe you're trying to figure something out, figure. I've got to know how to do it. I've got to know the next step. All those are subconscious programmings that can stop you, because if you're trying to figure it out before you act on it, you're never going to act on it because you don't always know all the steps. It's one of the things, if you're listening to this, you're a spiritual seeker, a creative, a mystic, you don't always know how you're going to get from point A to point Z, okay? And you get downloads, you get the ability to just trust the next step, okay? So if you're trying to figure it out, know the full picture before you get there, you're going to struggle to keep the resolution, okay? So you have to realize that subconscious programming, those beliefs need to be changed. Okay. Easy to say, challenging to do, especially if you don't even know what those are. And, we're going to talk about what you need later to help you change those. But I want to just get you to understand these are the things that are stopping you. Okay. The beliefs about yourself that are holding you back, the self talk that you habitually do, either verbally or in your mind. Okay. And the third thing that's holding you back is, and most people do not know this, this is something that most people don't get when they make a resolution, is that in order to make a resolution and keep the resolution, you have to let something go to make space for that resolution, that thing that you desire, that you either something that you want to be, do, or have, right? Because that's what the resolutions are about. Something you want to be. Maybe you want to be more patient or be more peaceful or be more successful, okay? Or something you want to do like eat healthy so you're healthier, right? Or work out so you can lose weight. Those are all do things. And then have, maybe you want to have your own business, and either you have a job now and you want to take the step to have it, or maybe you want to go to that next level. If you're a light worker or you have your own business and you really want to have a bigger impact in the world, right? Well, those all be do's and haves, okay? But in order to get those, you have to let something go. Now, you might be thinking, like, what do I have to let go? And why is that important to me being successful and keeping my resolutions? Well, I want to share a story with you. Many years ago, when I first got into outside sales, it wasn't my dream to become an outside salesperson, but Spirit kept leading me towards it, that I was to do it. People kept telling me I'd be great at it. And I didn't do it because I was afraid, right? I had fear that, oh, what if I go do it and I'm not, I can't make the money, because it was a straight commission type of sales that people were talking about. Even though people would tell me time and time again, you'd be really good at this, you should do it. You'd be good at this, you should do it. I was afraid because I wanted what I thought was a safe income, getting that paycheck every month. I started getting trained and I was going into it. I thought, oh, I love this. This has got lots of potential because it's straight commission. Basically, I can have an unlimited amount of money I can make. If I can keep selling, I can keep making money, right? There's not a glass ceiling of how much I could make. I wasn't having to ask someone for a raise. I could make my raise. So I thought, wow, I really want to be successful at this. But in order for me to be successful at it, I had to look at my life and go, right now I'm at a place where I go out and I party from Thursday to Saturday and dry out on Sunday. And I go out with friends that are into partying we did some drugs, we did a lot of drinking, we'd stay up all night. And I realized that, if I want to be successful at this sales job, I need to let go of one, my friends that did drugs. Two, the drinking from Thursday to Friday, where we're just partying, staying up all night, and then I have to recover on Sunday. I needed to let that go. So those were just two of the things. The third thing I had to let go of, I used to stay up like even during the week to really late. And I realized if I want to go out and be around people and be my best and, like connect with people and be able to be in a good space, because energy is everything. Like, people don't want to work with salespeople who are grumpy, and don't like their jobs, right? And so I knew I needed to be in the best space I could be, not faking it, but really be, joyful and happy, because I actually do really love people, right? So I thought I need to start going to bed at a certain time. I need to stop staying up till like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, because I've got to get up at a certain time to get my stuff out there, because businesses are only open from 8 to 5. So I knew I needed to get myself going. So I let all those things go. And what did that do? It opened up the space. Now, when I say space, when you let things go, it gives you space. I don't just mean like physical space. I mean, like, it opened up my time. It opened up my energy, right? Because now I had the energy that I wasn't using on partying and drinking and staying up all night into, how can I get more business? What can I learn to become a better salesperson? What can I do to connect with my buyers more and have them, like have a really good relationship with them? And I did that so well that there were people when I left that industry that followed me to the next industry, because they trusted me and valued me and saw that that I did a good job. So you have to let something go. So you have to look at, what do I need to let go? So if you're wanting to, let's say, lose weight, you're going, I know the obvious about that is I need to let go of eating all the fatty foods. Okay. Well, I'm not talking about that. That is something you have to go, you know what? I'm willing to let go of some of these other foods so I can bring in foods that are healthier, but I still love. And that's the problem with losing weight. A lot of times people think they have to eat, rice cakes and celery, and that's it. And no, you can have a lot of really good tasting food if you investigate what you can do with it so it tastes good and how you can be healthy with it. Okay, so, but you have to let go. You have to be willing to let go of a habit that's not serving you because I know a lot of people, I know I did it for a while. I would eat things because I love the way it tasted, but it might give me indigestion. I let that go when I went into outside sales because the indigestion would keep me up all night and I wasn't up for then going out to the next day, cold calling, connecting with people, doing all that I needed to do. So I thought, let me let go of the spicy food because this is just keeping me up. And so those were things I did to let go. You have to determine those things for yourself if you're wanting to lose weight. Depends on what your goal is, what you have to let go of. But you have to really start to look at the resolution you're making, why you're making it. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about this on what a resolution really is. But you have to start to look at what needs to be let go of. Because in order for there to be safe space to bring in, to give you the time to do it, to give you the energy to do it, to like just energetically, something has to be let go so you can bring something in, right? Because on the physical plane, there's so much capacity that you have. And so if you just keep doing all that you were doing before, you're not going to be able to bring in that new intention. Okay. So you have to let something go. And if you're not willing to let anything go, you'll continue to struggle to keep your New Year's resolutions because you haven't made any space for them to be able to come in, for that energy to be there. Okay. Because what happens is if you don't let anything go to create space, you've just added on more things into your already busy life, right? You have a busy life. And so when you add in more, what happens? You start trying to work out, or maybe you're going to go for your goal and your big dream of, making more money. And you're like, oh my God, I don't have the energy to work more and more hours. Okay. So then what happens? You give up. Okay. Now, I want you to understand when we change your subconscious programming and the beliefs, you'll be able to manifest faster and keep your resolutions because you are believing in yourself. Your energy is all on board. Alignment in your beliefs is so important to manifestation, to keeping your resolution. When you're clear on what it is, on why you're making that resolution, because you have to know the why, and the why is about the passion of and the importance of why you're choosing to make this resolution. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what a resolution really is. Before I forget, if you know already what you need to let go of, please put it in the chat, make a comment. I'd love to hear what you need to let go of, because when you voice it, you're more apt to do it. Okay, so what is a resolution really? Okay. Do you know what a resolution really is? Well, I looked up the word resolution in the dictionary out of curiosity because I wanted to see what they said it was. And it said the firm decision to do or not to do something. Think about that. When you make a resolution, do you actually think about and connect to why you're making this resolution and what it's going to give you? Do you think about what you need to let go of so you can make space for this new resolution in your life? I don't think most people do. I'd be curious if you do or not, but that's what has to happen. A resolution has to be something that you're ready, that you're making that firm decision to do it or not do it. So that means if you make that firm resolution, you're going to get help to change your subconscious programming. You're going to do what it means to change that subconscious programming. You're going to let go of certain things that have no longer been serving you. Just like how I went, I need to let go of my druggy friends, and I need to let go of going out and partying because this isn't serving me. Now, my why, I want to share with you my why. My why for wanting to be successful in this sales job was because I was in my 20s and I wanted to buy a house in one of the most expensive housing markets, which was in the Bay Area, California. I wanted to buy a house there, and I wanted to buy it without my parents' help. I wanted to come up with the down payment and have the mortgage payment and buy it on my own. So I had this burning desire to buy this house before I was 30. And so I decided to let those things go that weren't serving me anymore because they weren't helping me get to my desired goal. And I embraced what would help me get to that desired goal. I got in touch with that passion of, I want to buy the house before I'm 30. And, I did this and I was able to like put the down payment on my house when I was 28 years old because I made these changes and I was in my mid 20s. I think I was 25 yeah, 25 when I decided to do that. And huge change. And it made me realize, in a resolution, you have to let something go. You have to be firm in that like resolution. Okay. And here's the other reason of what you need to know about a resolution and what it really is, okay? Is people think that a resolution is an outer thing, but it's an inner thing. Your resolution is something that you have to make an inner change first if you want it to be lasting change on the outside in your life. It doesn't happen if you just use your willpower trying to make that change. Okay, so what are the inner changes you have to make to start keeping those resolutions? First one, you have to believe in yourself. How do you do that? We're going to talk about that here in a minute, okay? How to do it. So hang on. So you have to stop the self sabotaging beliefs about life, about yourself. So, in order to stop those self sabotaging beliefs, you have to become aware first of what they are. So, you got to raise your level of awareness to be able to see, I have this belief. I have this belief that I'm not good at this, or I'm not good at doing something consistently, so that we can change it. And one of the ways you can start to change it on your own is instead of saying, I'm not good at this, and the sentence ends, I'm not good at this yet. I want you to get this yet. When you add on that yet, it means you're going to get good at it. You just need some practice and you're going to keep doing it until you get good at it. See? But if you stop it at, I'm not good at this. I can't do this. Without the yet, you cut off all the ability for your mind to go, what's possible? When you say yet, I'm not good at this or I can't do this yet, it means what do? You've opened it up to possibility. Not yet, but I'll be able to. So you want to add that yet. That's one thing you want to do, okay? You also have to understand the emotions that are causing you to avoid doing it in the first place. Maybe you avoid working out because you don't ultimately believe you can do it, or maybe you're afraid that you don't want to go to the gym if you're overweight and see people watching you, or like maybe you have a resolution that you want to take your business to that next level. You want to take, or you want to come from having a business, I mean, not a business, a job, to having your own business because you really feel called to do something, but you feel like, ooh, what are people going to think? Or they're going to think that, who do you think you are? All those beliefs. We have to help you with that programming. But you have to understand the emotion that's happening with it, because that emotion, whether it's judgment, diminishing yourself, what else? Thinking you're not good enough, fear that's coming up because you're not good enough. That's one of the big emotions. Fear goes on, fear is the basis and behind almost every other emotion that's stopping you. But there's things that you diminish yourself. That's something you get programmed with, especially women diminish themselves because we've been kind of brought up to think we're second. And so, or I don't want to look arrogant, right? That's the worst thing in the world, to look arrogant as a woman. And so we diminish what we do when someone compliments us. If they compliment you doing a good job or looking beautiful, you say, oh, this old thing. If they say, something you're wearing, you want to start to learn how to stop diminishing, understand, where is that coming from? What fear is coming up that you're going to deflect and diminish, where am I like holding back? Am I avoiding, because of some fear that's up? Are you not moving forward because you got that the judgment happening? And that's an emotion that, it keeps you stopped, So those, you want to look at all that and realize that what a resolution really is about that firm decision, but I'm willing to make the inner change that I need to do. I'm willing to heal what I need to heal. I'm willing to let go of what I need to let go of. I'm willing to, and that's the energy that you have to have, the willingness to do something different, the willingness to let go of what's not serving you anymore. And that takes time to look at and go, because you get caught up in your daily life of just having fun. When I was in my 20s out partying, I was having fun, like this is fun. Didn't really think about how it wasn't serving me until I had a bigger passion, a bigger goal of wanting to buy that house. Okay. Now, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give me a like or a subscribe. When you're done watching the video, if you find anybody who this would be helpful for, please share it with someone you know. Because one of the things I want to do is bless more and more people to step into their light. And part of keeping resolutions, and they don't have to just be New Year's resolutions. That's the thing, is you can make resolutions at any point in your year. At each new month, you can make a new resolution. I tell people one of the biggest sayings that I learned from when I first became Buddhist many years ago was from this moment forward. Okay. So if you do something and let's say you miss a day of your resolution of, let's say you were going to work out every day, you just start again and you make a new resolution from this moment forward. Okay. It's one of the reasons why people don't keep their resolutions too, is because they think once they miss, like if you said, my resolution is every day I'm going to market my new business, and you miss a day, then, oh, I failed. And then you give up. No, take the Buddhist saying from this moment forward, I make the resolution again, I start again. Because when you keep making it again, even though you had a little faux pas, a little boing where you missed it, um, that new resolution brings that energy in, gives you more commitment to it when you don't give up. When you say, nope, that's just a little blip on the screen. From this moment forward, I'm making the resolution again and I'm moving forward. Because people think that resolutions are made and people are perfect in completing them. And when they're not, they give up. And that's one of the reasons why you struggle to keep them, because you think you have to be perfect. Okay. So you want to let that go. Okay, so now what needs to be in place so you can keep them? Okay, we talked about the first one, where you got to let things go to bring in space. Space meaning the time to do the resolution, the energy to make the interchange, because it takes energy. Okay. And the third one that needs to be in place is the support. Okay, people don't make change easily on their own or in a vacuum. Yogananda had a quote. Yogananda's a guy right back there. If you're watching some video, if you're listening to it, go check out Autobiography of a Yogi. It's a great book. In fact, I'll put a link into it just because I think it's a great book. It really opens up your mind to the possibility of what's possible out there when you read this book. It blew mine because it introduced me to things that Yogananda talked about, experiences with other spiritual souls and saints, that I was just like, wow. Anyway, got off topic a little bit here. Let me head back. So, support. Okay. Yogananda said, environment is stronger than will. So, if you're trying to be successful in your business and start to market, and you're around a bunch of people who have jobs that they don't like, they don't care about, they're not passionate about, they maybe even hate it, or they have no aspirations to grow or to get better at, that's going to affect you. And you might have some um, resistance to doing your resolution because of the fact that you don't want to look like you don't want to make them feel bad that they're not doing anything. I've seen that with people. Okay. So you have to get the support, and support, you might be thinking, well, what does that look like? What kind of support are you talking about? It depends on what your resolution is that you want, that you're making. Okay. Because that resolution to do or not do something is a change that requires not just a behavioral change, but like I said, that inner change. You have to help reprogram your subconscious mind so you can let go of those beliefs that keep putting the brakes on. They keep stopping you. They keep having you circling back around. You ever see yourself that you take a little step forward on the goal or the resolution, and then you find yourself getting foggy and letting it go, and then you're like, oh, why didn't I go forward? So you have to get support. Support helps to see the higher part of you, the part of you that, like, I always say this in my clients, I know you're here for a holy calling. And I'm saying, if you listen to this, you are here for a holy calling. Everybody on the planet is, but this means you're ready because you're listening to this of like, I want to find a way to keep my resolutions, to keep my commitments. You can make, like I said, resolutions any time of the year, any time of the month. It doesn't have to just be on New Year's. You can recommit to the resolution that maybe you had slipped on, uh, maybe already, and it's only a couple weeks away from Christmas, but doesn't matter. Just resolve again and do it. Okay. So what kind of support do you need? It depends, like I said, on the resolution you made. Let's just say if you made the resolution, I want to get healthy and get in shape and lose weight. That's a common one people do. You go if you're a gym member, you go to the gym, and all of a sudden, come January, like all these people now, you used to go there and be hardly anybody there in December, November, December, and then January, floodgates open up. Water comes gushing in of all the people that made the resolution to get in shape and work out. What happens after a few months? It dwindles, right? Not because they're bad people or there's anything wrong with them. It's because they do not understand what's happening of what I'm explaining today, about why they struggle, what's going on with their subconscious programming. They haven't even really looked at the resolution, because when you make a resolution, when you make New Year's resolutions, you really want to get in touch with why you're doing this, the passion of what it's going to give you. So if it's like losing weight and getting in a good shape and being healthy, your support might be a trainer or a nutritionist, that can help you have somebody that can direct you on maybe the best methods to use. Also, have that support in cheering you on. You always want someone who cheers you on. You want somebody who can give you encouragement, not take you down, but encourage you to do this thing. Okay. So you might get a trainer. If, let's say, you, like I talk about, shining your light to that next level, or you maybe wanting to get from being in a job into your own business because you really have a calling to maybe create things, like how I create this sacred art where I love to do it, and I sell G clays of them, and I create spirit guide portals for people. Or maybe you want to take your healing practice, you're a light worker and you want to take it to that next level of impact. You again, those, maybe you have that resolution is, I want to start growing my business more and making more money. That's a resolution people often have, is wanting to make more money. You have to, again, comes back to those basic things. You have to look at why you're struggling, the subconscious programming. Do you have clarity on what that resolution is, and what do you need to let go of? Okay. And you have to really look at, well, what is the resolution and what does it require me to change inwardly and outwardly? Okay, because it's both. But if you don't do the inner change first, or while you're doing it, you're never going to keep that outer change. You might even keep it for a year and then give up. I've seen that with people. They have the resolution to lose weight, they lose it, keep it off for a couple years, and boom, all of a sudden something happens. Maybe a stress in life, something triggers an old wound, and boom, they're back to eating because they haven't understood. Remember, I talked about you have to understand the emotion that's causing you to avoid doing the resolution in the first place. Eating is one of the biggest ones, and money is the other big one. We have all these uncovered beliefs and wounds around eating and money. Many people eat out of to deal with stress. It's their coping mechanism when they have stress. Maybe it makes them feel good because maybe they don't feel good about themselves. It's about uncovering those emotional things. It's one of the things I do with my coaching clients is my spirit guide portals zero in. They give the intuitive information and blessings of what's keeping you stuck, what's blocking you, what needs to be, reprogrammed, and what you can do to actually invite divine presence in. Because the support you need is a person on the human plane, on the physical plane. Okay. So if you're ready to shine your light more, please take advantage of my next step connection call. It's a complimentary, free next step connection call to see, are you and I a fit? Are you ready to like really make this step into shining your light in the world, maybe stepping into having your own business or taking your business to that next level? And I love helping people to, take themselves to that next level in any area of their life. Okay. So If you're ready to do that, please take advantage of my next step connection call. It'll be a link in the description. Um, but you really have to be looking at that support. It could be also, if you're not ready to get a coach, at least if you're wanting to work out, you get the support of like a buddy to go work out with, if that's your support. If you're looking to shine your light more, I tell people, don't share your bigger vision with someone who's going to poo-poo it, because it's fragile in the beginning. You have to get someone who's going to be your cheerleader. And so, that's one of the things I tell people is, I'm vested in your success when you come work with me individually, because I know one of my reasons for being on the planet is to help people to step into fulfilling their purpose, their holy calling, and shine their light. So are you ready to shine your light? And if not, totally cool. Okay. So now you might be thinking, phew, this is a lot to be able to hold my resolutions. I know it might seem like a lot, and it might be even, it seems like so much that you're like, you know what? I'm not going to make any resolutions, because you see people saying that, oh, don't make resolutions, make intentions, or don't make them at all because it makes you feel bad when you don't do them. I've seen people talking about that. And I'm here, no. See, you are wired to be learning and growing and shine your light. And if you don't make some intentions or resolutions, whatever you want to call them, because it really doesn't matter the name, it's kind of like, spirit, God, the universe, Buddha, like I'm interfaith. So I don't care what you call your higher power, but there is a higher power, whether you call it consciousness, the universe, spirit. Okay. Same thing with your resolution, whether you call it a resolution, an intention, a goal, same thing, just different word. Whichever one resonates with you is fine. Okay. Doesn't matter which word you use, but you don't want to not do it, because if you don't, you're going to just sink into what? Blah, not feeling like there's any meaning in life. You'll feel maybe bored or like something's missing. You ever been in that place where you feel like something's missing? Because you are hardwired to shine your light. And if you're not doing it, you're going to feel like something's missing. You're going to feel like bored in your life, or this like, there's got to be something else. So you've got to be willing to make these resolutions and do the things that will help you shift and keep them. Okay. If you'd like to know more about my work, please go check out my website, deepaliu.com. I'd love to have you get on my mailing list if you'd like. I send out different things I'm doing and let you know of the great latest spirit guide portal. Love to hear from you. I'd also love it if you would tell me in the comments, what do you think? Well, I said earlier about what you need to let go of. After you kind of check in with yourself about what's true in your heart's desire, the resolutions that you made at the first of the year, are they the ones that really ignite your passion? Because if they're not, you can make new ones. Chinese New Year's like in January this year. I think it's on the 22nd or the 23rd. So you can see, again, you can make it anytime, but you can hook it up with Chinese New Year, even if you're not Chinese, So reevaluate those resolutions and change it if your resolution doesn't give you passion. So I would love it if you'd like to share this video with anybody or subscribe. Thank you so much. Remember, greatness is within you. It's time to shine your light.